What does purpose mean to me? I've had all sorts of answers to this over the years. These days, I have a pretty simple definition. It is having a point of view. I think that for a long time, big companies have sort of hidden behind some kind of, we don't take a stand on anything, we just give the market what it needs. And I don't buy that anymore. I think that all of us who are trying to sell a product or service have to have a point of view, and preferably that needs to be something that has some deep meaning or some significant meaning. The journey that Danone is on around purpose is a story that we're in the middle of, so I don't think it's one of those neat and tidy things that you can look back and say, we got that one done. I think there are a few useful lessons or a few useful observations. The first is, I think that the creation of the context of purpose needs to connect to your past. And I think Danone, we've done a really good job at connecting the founder's story through the history of the last 50 years and then making the new context of our current purpose make sense and connect properly to the past, but still have a sort of authentic feel. I think the creation of the purpose context needs to be as broad as possible, and I think we've done a good job at inviting the more than 100,000 people that we have in the company into the game, and I think it's very important. And I do think that it's a game where the least powerful people, which is often the most junior people in the company, need to be part of the purpose journey, and I think in Danone we've done a good job at that. I think the challenging bit that we're in now is the bit where I think OxfordSM can really help us and has helped us and is helping us, which is the landing of it in the brands. Because I think purpose, one of the most critical issues in purpose is working out which altitude you have the most leverage. And I think if it's too high, it's sort of noble, but it doesn't do anything. If it's too low, it's too pragmatic and doesn't inspire. And I think that game has to be worked out at a brand level. And so the blending of the past of a brand with the future of its purpose into a mélange that is inspiring but pragmatic is not easy, and it's the game that we're in right now, and it's the game where you really need help, which is why I think that Oxford's the right partner here, because you just can't do this kind of stuff alone. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how that works, and then I think the other part of that is what we do at a corporate level versus what we do at a brand level, because I do think that the power in a CPG company is the brands. But increasingly, the nature of the entity that is the owner is important, and it's important that you find some way for that, if it's not the same, for at least it to live happily together. The best way to describe my thoughts about purpose are, I don't really think it matters how you come at this thing. There are some people who think that purpose is the right thing to do. There are some people who think that purpose is a competitive advantage. And there are some people who think that if you don't do the right thing on a purpose journey, that you're going to be left behind because the train's already left the station. And I think all three of those are true. And I don't think it matters which way which one personally inspires you.